But do you remember this, guys? Our next guest says that Donald Trump's presidency would be a major threat to the world economy on this very program right before the election. Take a listen.
If you have a gentleman such as himself talking about trade wars, talking about building a wall with Mexico, he's been very down on NAFTA, very down on the TPP, that will have a spillover effect. And yes, I do believe he very much belongs in the top 10 list.
All right, come on in, Robert Powell. He's the risk manager for the Economist Intelligence Unit. Robert, you got it completely wrong, huh? Did you come to say I got it wrong?
You must think I'm such a handsome fool when you do that. No, in reality, I mean, you seem to be a man who likes a song, so the Carpenters would be We've Only Just Begun. It's a little bit early days for this. And I would say that actually, at least in the view of The Economist, the way things have started, it actually looks pretty terrible from where we're looking. If you think about...
Whoa, hold on one second. What are you talking? What looks terrible? The U.S. stock market's through the roof. By the way, Great Britain's stock market through the roof. We're hearing around the world bubbling optimism. It's not just America. We're hearing that, you know what, yesterday, for instance, the CEO of Royal Caribbean, he says global consumers are spending money again. So what part of this do you see that's so bad so far?
It's a policy. If you put in large import tariffs or this new border adjustment tax, it's going to...
What we're talking about so far, Robert, is a negotiation, right? Donald Trump's been in office this week. Every day it started with him showing the American people that he's going to take certain people to task and make sure that he gets the best deal for them. CEOs of large corporations, of course, Mexico and the security of our borders, and of course today he meets with Theresa May. So, if we only just begun and you had to grade just the initial part, you would have to say that your assumption was somewhat off.
No, I mean, my assumption is that it's a 4-year term, and I think it's going to be a pretty rocky ride. And the reasons are very much as I was saying. I mean, it's almost muscular socialism. If this was Bernie Sanders doing a lot of this, naming, shaming different industries, going after Lockheed Martin and so forth, the Republicans, there'll be an outcry, an absolute outcry. Trump does it, and they wave the American flag. And there's consequences for U.S. business, there's consequences for U.S. consumers. This new, what could be a new tax, could be a Walmart
tax. What about
tax.
The consequences are people finally start getting more jobs and higher wages?
Well, unemployment, by the way, is down about 4.9%.
Oh, let's not play that game. Let's not play the unemployment game where millions of people sit at home and they're not counted. You and I both know that's a BS game, so let's not play that one. The Economist, if we only just begun, why did The Economist, your magazine, downgrade America to a flawed democracy? Why would you make that assumption? Why would your magazine, less than 2 weeks into the presidency, call America a flawed democracy?
Yeah, no, first of all, and it's important to know this for you and your audience, this was done before the election. And we would say that Donald Trump's election was a consequence of this loss of trust in politicians, and that's why the U.S. got downgraded. It wasn't the cause of it.
Why shouldn't there be a loss in trust in politicians?
Well, it's a fascinating topic.
Why shouldn't that exist? Because why shouldn't people be disappointed with the very people that they elect over and over again who have come up short on both sides of the aisle, by the way? This is something that's bipartisan, at least with the respect to the American people and apparently the folks in the UK. Maybe soon we'll find out the folks in France feel the same way and Finland feel the same way. And you could even say the election of Abe in Japan was the same thing. There's a groundswell around the world pushing back against people who have somehow lined their pockets but have not made humanity better.
I agree, Charles. I mean, there is this huge backlash, and it's against kind of two things: a loss of faith in institutions, huge number of people feel the politicians haven't come through for them, and a big uptick in inequality. And this is why Donald Trump's been quite appealing. He says he drained the swamp and he'll make America great again. Thus, he got the votes.
So you're gonna wait and before you pass judgment, then?
Oh well, we'll see how we go. But so far, not so.
Thank you, Robert.